Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. For me, it's the day after Christmas, so the 26th, but I hope everyone here had a great Christmas. And if not, cheers to a happy new year. I hope that's special too. Um, so today, what I was thinking, also comment down what you got for Christmas if you want. Like, how was your Christmas whole shebang with your family, friends, whatever. Um, I don't mind, you know. It's a free place to. This channel is a free place where we can discuss ideas and stuff like that, and just have fun. Put in the comments. Put what you've been wishing for this Christmas. What has been satisfied? What has not been satisfied? What are you looking forward in 2024? And what have you achieved in 2023? Because we're coming up to the new year, guys. And so that means that there's new things to be. There are new things that are gonna happen. God, that sounds so dumb. Yeah, there are new things that are gonna happen. New year, right? But that doesn't mean you should chase new things just because it's a new year. You should always be striving to change something every day. If it's bad, make it good. If it's broken, fix it, whatever it may be. So after coming off Christmas yesterday, now it's the 26th. The day no one really talks about the day after Christmas. I've noticed the day after Christmas is a weird topic because for a lot of people, the day after Christmas feels lonely, even though they've been with their family or their friends. Um, it either feels very lonely or it's a very reminiscing day where you think about your times in the past. Because on Christmas Day, you do reminisce, but in a happy way. But when you're back alone again, it's the 26th, and it's either back to work or it's you have a day off and you're doing things. You think about times in the past. For me as a kid, like today, I was thinking about past Christmases I had as a kid, and I thought about how great those times were. Um, when more of my family existed, when more of my family was around, when we were tighter and close knit. Um, it's not the case so much anymore because everyone grows up. Spoiler alert: in life, everyone grows up and goes their own way, chase their own careers, chase money, whatever their heart has set for them, and they go and chase those things. And sometimes they either alienate, forget, or simply because of wide proximity don't keep in touch with the people anymore. Whether that be your family, your friends, um, people that you met at work, all those people. Um, it's a sad thing with every Christmas. You're going to you're going to lose some aspect of the previous year, and then that's where the nostalgia comes back. The nostalgia comes back in the yearning for that loss, that lost magic, that mojo that was in the previous holidays that you can't get the next year. Or you do get the next year, but you get in increasingly limited amounts. So today's video, I do want to talk about the most obvious thing that a lot of people say during Christmas time, but people say it's cliche. We already know this. Well, I'm here to tell everyone that this serves as a reminder. A lot of these episodes I'm putting out, this is not going to be, hopefully, it is a new information. Hopefully, you know this already, and I'm just giving you a refresher. If it is new information, it's good. I like that. I'm able to teach people. That's nice. However, information like what I'm going to drop now, I hope it's applicable because um, it's the simplest thing of all. You need to be grateful for what you have now. And not because it's just the holidays. You need to be grateful for what you have because you could lose it at any moment. That goes for your family, that goes for your friends, that goes to what you own, your assets, physically own books, music, money, you know. I think we come for the holidays to remember that all of this is temporary. So we must enjoy the present, hence why it is called a gift. The present is a gift, unlike any other. The past has already been opened, and the future has yet to be. So enjoy what we're opening now. Enjoy that gift. Those laughs in the house, those sentimental times with your friends, having a blast with your pets, your car, your house, apartment, your food that you own, that you buy from the store, your furniture. You need to take that all into account because you don't get that back. You don't deserve it, and you don't get that back. I think we've fallen into this trap in society where we say we deserve this, or I deserve this. No one deserves anything. Unless you put in the work, you deserve it. And we didn't put in the work to have a family. We were given a family. For those who do have families, we were given a family. So when they're gone, you can't say that it's unfair. We don't deserve our families. Whether they be nice, cold, kind, or brutish, whatever they are, they brought you into this world. And we should be thankful that we've been given a life to make a difference, to change something. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to come at me, likely saying, well, I didn't want to be born. I didn't have consent to be born. I didn't want to be put in this life. Well, there's many other people who have the same thoughts as you do. But you want to know the solution to that? If you don't want to be in a world such as this, if you didn't want to be born in a world such as this, how about you change the world so that other people can be born in a better world that you supposedly did not want to be born in? Simple. If those people who wish to never be born had a solution, this would be it. Change the world so that people who are born in the future can say, I would rather live in this world. Change the future world to give them a better world than you grew up in. Simple. It's like, reminds me of classic dialogue between Batman and Alfred talking about Robin. This is going to sound a little nerdy, but Alfred saying to Batman, I guess you raised Robin to be, he's just like you know. And then Batman says, no, Alfred, I want him to be better than me. Oof. That goes hard. When you navigate the world and you change the world, you want the world to be better than it was when you were born in it. So then hopefully the people that are born in that world can be better than you. They have more opportunities than you. That's what you want. You don't want to be a tyrant and let everybody stay on the bottom rung of the ladder while you are on the top. You're not changing the world. Well, you are, just in the wrong direction. So, be happy for what you have. Really. And this should resonate with a lot of kids because, you know, at that young age, you're just thinking about what's the next best thing, what can I get physically. And when you get older, a lot of the physical stuff doesn't matter anymore. You just want that feeling back. You just want that feeling of spending time with your family and your friends and your loved ones. And I hope a lot of kids do hear this and change how they think about the holidays. Because there are a lot of people out there on the holidays who have no one, who live alone. And the closest they have as their friend is someone at work, someone in school, a close relative who's not even really that close. I'm just thinking about that. Like, we need to be less focused on what we see in front of us and more focused on who we see in front of us. That's where we need to be, man. That's where we need to be. We would be a much better society if that were the case. Because then Instagram wouldn't matter. Social media wouldn't matter. This YouTube thing wouldn't matter. We need to have a sense of community again because a lot of people are feeling alienated because of that. And unfortunately, they're alienated by the people who would rather spend time doing trivial things such as, well, not having fellowship, not appreciating those things, like using people for the holidays, expecting gifts from others when gifts should not be expected. The person you're spending time with is already a gift enough. That experience is already the baseline. You don't need any more than that. That's it. Community is all you need for the holidays, in my opinion. The gifts are nice, don't get me wrong. Gifts are great. You should never deny anyone their generosity because I think that is a horrible thing to do. If someone wants to give you a gift, let them give you a gift, and then you give one back out of courtesy because that's nice. But know that nobody has to give gifts on the holidays. Everyone is a gift in itself. You just need to show respect to other people, treat them how would you want to be treated, and spend time with them and show them that you care and love them. You, not a lot of people do care and love other people. We say we do. We throw around these words like darts on a board, yet they don't stick. We don't hit bullseye because those are words with empty of feeling, devoid of emotion. They're just buzzwords at this point. And not only do we need to care, but we need to realize that the change that we need to make in life starts now. Not because of the holidays, but because now is the closest time to now. Start today. Start this minute. Start this hour. You know, the day of. Don't start a week later. Don't start a month later, a year later, because that's too late. And then people say, well, it's never too late. It's like, well, you don't know where the future holds. You could be placed, pitted against an obstacle so great in the future that if you would have started earlier training before without knowing that the obstacle was going to be there, you would probably be prepared. But a lot of people don't think like that. They just they take their time and think that they're just gonna walk across the world like it's serendipity, and it's not. It's not like that at all. It's not a little peasant game of cards that you think you're gonna win. Life is much more tougher than that. The world's gonna walk all over on you. It's gonna trample you, and that's why you need to be grateful, even in times of stress, even in times of loneliness, even in times of tribulation. You need to be grateful. And you may ask, what for? For everything that has led you to this moment, because you are prepared. You will always be somewhat prepared. Therefore, all is not lost. Tell that person you love them, whether that be your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your son, your daughter, your granddaughter, your grandson, your uncle, your aunt. Tell that person you love them. I've heard a lot of stories where people could not say the thing they wanted to say at the end of someone else's life because they just didn't think and be grateful for that person then and at that moment. And I understand we all get mad. I'm I totally understand. I'm a hypocrite. We all are. I get mad too. I treat people like trash and I know it. We all should be working better than that, including myself. However, we need to let go of our pride. We need to let go of our pride a little bit because we're not in charge of everything. We don't rule everything. And here's the thing: when you're prideful, that means that you are You have a very haughty view of yourself. Haughty as in Haughty. And you have a very either cynical view of the world and think you're better, or think the world is your oyster and you take and you have it by the balls. So being prideful in a sense diminishes the value of other people inherently in the definition of pride. Because to be prideful means that you take more esteem of yourself than of other people, and therefore see people as lesser. And then, therefore, by seeing people as lesser, you treat them lesser and you take them for granted. Hence, devoid of gratitude. That's why you need to humble yourself, or else you will be humbled. That's how life goes. If you do not humble yourself, you will be humbled by someone. And even, what's even worse is that you may be humbled by someone close to you who you didn't expect to humble you. That's a game changer. That is a game changer right there. Because then it makes you think about how you've wronged that person. And it should make you feel guilty. And if it doesn't, there's something, you've been prideful for too long. And it's going to take a little bit more than some guilt to make you change your ways. So have grace, have glamour, and be cordial with everyone you meet, and be kind. Because if you don't, you will have a stone heart, man. A stone heart made of steel, not even stone, just steel, like straight up. Like it won't even register on the periodic table type of metal. So you need to be flexible with other people. You need to understand them. I'm not saying be a slave to them. You need to respect them. You need to love on other people, because if you do not love, then the only thing left there is either indifference or hate. I'm just reflecting on that in my life. Where has that applied? Almost every scenario. The second you go into a conversation, you talk to someone and you need something from them, you immediately look at them as a utility instead of a person, a tool instead of a person. And that's sad. Unfortunately, that's how our brain is wired on default. So we'll just, if we need something or someone, we look at them as a tool. But if we need something from them, and then we ask about their day and how can we serve them in return, to reciprocate, that's different. That's also a good game changer. Sorry that this episode is very dull and gloom. I just find I find it to be a serious matter that needs to be covered. Because ever so increasingly in the world around the holidays, we start to just focus on the media and everything that serves as a distraction. We tend to lose what makes the holidays the holidays. We tend to lose that sense of community that our ancestors had in the past. We just have grown more materialistic, and it's a shame. Because unfortunately, if we keep trekking on the same path, there will come a day when we no longer foster that same type of attitude of community. It will just be about gifts. We will probably won't even see people anymore. We'll just have gifts delivered to us, and that's it. Happy holidays. The reason why I'm talking in this attitude and manner that's very somber and glum is because I've done that. I haven't been so gracious. I've taken people for granted, and I know I could definitely do better. And I'm working on it, and I try and I do fail, like every other person on the earth. But know that the change starts now. And that's what I've been telling myself this past week. And I thought, what better to do than to tell the goats this? I think they need to hear just as much as anyone else on this planet. That not only do you need to be grateful for what you have, but you need to have the wisdom to know that in order to have grace and be grateful and be a at least a baseline of a good person in life, you have to chase it because it's not the default. To be a nice, graceful person is not a default setting. You raise that in someone, whether that be your parents, your guardian, your babysitter, I don't know who, your brothers, your sisters, whoever raised you, your cousins. You need to instill that in someone. You don't find that lying around at the age of 5. We're selfish right out of the womb, man. First thing we want to say is mine. That's mine. Take, 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 take. And never give. Because giving hurts. Because you have pride. And whatever you own, you immediately establish that as part of your identity, and therefore giving something away means giving a part of your identity away, when really that's false. We have correlated two things that should not be correlated with each other. What you own does not make you who you are. Therefore, I am not a rich man. I am not a poor man. I am not a musician. I am not a lawyer. I am not a healthcare provider. I am not a student. I am not intelligent. I am nothing. And at the same time, that is so liberating. I'm not a man. I'm a being. I'm a spirit. And I just ebb and flow in this world, and I'm looking for connection. That's who I am. I am a being that exists. Something, not even a being. If you don't want to say being, fine. Something with the comprehension and understanding that it itself exists and wants to seek connections with others. That's who I am. Nothing else. All this around me, it means nothing. It, it doesn't mean anything because it's all temporary. It's going to go away. But the experiences do not, because they they stand the test of time. They stand the test of time, and you know how I know that there's proof of that? Because we have history books. We have history books, we have novels, we have literature, poetry that details human connection and experience, written in a and scribed in a format unlike anything else. Words, albeit, that we read and we feel connection to. And we know that people in the past have had connections that are seemingly devoid in our culture today. And that's what I want. I don't know about you guys. That's what I want. I want to have a life I can look back on and say, you know what? I've I've met a bunch of characters, man. I could write a book on it. And it would sell number one. Because the money, the cars, the house, the job, the career, it's all great. Don't get me wrong. It helps. It definitely helps. But it's not enough. And it'll never be enough. Because people make this life worth living for. That's the truth. You may hate everyone. I know there's some people out there that do. I mean, you may truly antagonize everyone. Whether you're a normal person or you have antisocial personality disorder, you may abhor everyone. But let's be honest. The only way you're breathing in life and functioning, at least to some decent level, or maybe not the best level, even your functioning, whether it be perfect, average, or poor, is due in part to people. Because someone has always been helping you, and you don't even know it. Whether that be the guy who loads fish to the grocery store that that makes the fish available, so you go and buy fish, or you go and buy food, beans in a can, cereal. You go to school, and the student in the classes before you who put previous notes uh, uh, into the lecture. Let's say the professor. I remember professors at university did this. They brought notes from previous students in the class so you could look at them and learn better. Those students, professors in the past who used uh, who broke down the study material so that it's easy to digest, were friends who made it so easy to understand certain aspects about life and studying and work and money and relationships, whatever. People are put in your life for a specific reason. Nothing is due to coincidence. I refuse to believe that. Because if it may be true, so be it. But I would rather much believe that everything happens for a reason and then find out it's all probability. Because at least I wouldn't be so let down. Whereas I do not want to find out that everything has a reason. Well, I've been living my whole life that it's all based on chance. Because then that means I could have really done something. Imagine living your whole life thinking that everything's already, you know, it's either destined to happen or it's all by chance. There's no real meaning to it. And then you find out it does have meaning to it in the end. That would be very crushing because it means that not only did you have a chance, but you had a million chances and you didn't take it. I would rather much believe in that there's a reason to everything and take all those chances and make the best of my life just to find out that everything is based on chance. Everything's based on numbers and probability, and that there really is no meaning. Because at least I can derive meaning from nothing, because that's what we humans do. On a daily basis, we apparently derive meaning from nothing. And even in itself, that statement is wrong, because everything has a meaning. There's there's nothing you can find in this world that has a meaning of nothing. Even space, even the dark void of the beyond, a black hole has a meaning because it has a function. And if it has a function, it has a meaning. That's why in order to have meaning in life, you want meaning in life, do something. Do something with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. You'll have meaning. That doesn't mean you'll be satisfied. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean you'll be satisfied. It doesn't mean you may be going in the right direction, because there are good meanings and bad meanings. But at least you'll have something. At least you'll have something. Now you want something good. You do. But if you have nothing in your life and you have nothing to ascribe yourself to align your identity with, not become your identity, but say you are associated with this, do something. Get out of bed, stop scrolling on the damn phone, and make something of yourself. Because you're not going to get that back. There is no proof of getting it back. There's no solid proof with 100% certainty that we're going to either have an afterlife or we're going to be reincarnated. This is it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at our lives here. This is it. You don't get anything else. You have one shot. Make the most of it, man. Tear up the competition. And whether you're watching this now or 20, 30, 40 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, to be realistic, do it, man. Do it, girl. Go. Go out there and do the things. Get motivated. You can only be motivated from here. You cannot be motivated from external other external factors can motivate you, and that's true, but it's also partly false. It can start up the initial drive for motivation, but motivation ultimately comes from within here. It's you. It's going to be you. Because then you're going to decide, am I going to go through with this? And if you're even thinking a thought like that, don't even think. Do. Go for it. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Nothing to lose. So, man, I didn't think I'd see. That's why I like doing it on the fly, because I didn't think I'd be talking about this today. But be grateful, guys, because once you're grateful for your life, where you come from, and for the holidays or any day of the week, then you could start changing. You cannot. I honestly don't believe that you can change yourself, or you can change not even yourself, change the world or change the environment around you, be transformative. You cannot be like that unless you are grateful. If you're not grateful for anything, you cannot positively change yourself and your surroundings. And you may not even change your surroundings because if you're just feeling negative all the time, that's apathy. Apathy does not foster motivation. Now, don't be great. Now, don't have gratitude for the sake of self pleasure and to indulge yourself. Let it be humbling. Let it be self sacrificing. Let it be selflessness. There's nothing more attractive than someone who's utterly removed from themselves. They don't even acknowledge themselves. They speak to other people and they speak to them as if they were the person who they were speaking to. And that's empathy. That's empathy at the end of the day. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and imagining their life. I wish to be the type of person. That's the goal. You can't relate with everyone, but you can damn sure relate with a bunch of people. And that should be the goal. That really should be it. And that's why I make content like this, is because I want to be able to understand people, not only different from me, but to speak to people from different backgrounds about things that we think about in common. Because the world may be big, but it is small in thought. We think a lot of the same things. Because we live different lives, but are surrounded by the same ideas wherever we go. And that's beautiful. It is a beautiful thing. That's ironic. It's paradoxical in a way. Every human being is wired in different ways, but we all think roughly the same. Now, certain beliefs may be, outliers. They may be on the extreme side of things. And for the most part, we can relate to each other if we just talk to each other and understand each other and put aside our differences. And the only way we could do that is to be grateful of the other person we're speaking to, that we have a chance to speak with someone. Man, that's deep. Man, that's some deep stuff. I'm reacting to my own words. It's funny. But yeah, guys, just be grateful. I'm sorry I sound like a broken record, but I can't hammer this point enough. I really can't. I could do a million videos on this because we're all going to forget. But yeah. See, now I feel motivated to do other things now. That's good. You see? There you go. It works. It works. I'm actually gonna go take a nap probably. Nah, I actually want to work. But I want to take a nap because then I'm gonna lose time in the day. But yeah, I think that'll do well. So thank you for everybody for watching. Um, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We made it, guys. 2023, baby. Let's go. Woo! Let's go, man. We're finishing it out. Hold on. Just hold on till the New Year's, guys. Then 2024. I'm not saying it's my year though. Don't. I'm not doing that. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I'm just gonna play it out. See how it goes. Just watch carefully. But thank you for everyone for watching this video. Please spread this to your friends and your family. Spread this information out like wildfire. Because not a lot of people think about this on a daily basis. And we should be helping people to be grateful every day. Whether they're in the gutter or whether they're on the mountaintop. Whether they're in the valley or they're on the skyscraper, just beholding the city. Doesn't matter where your viewpoint is. I know those analogies suck, but Doesn't matter where your viewpoint is, you should always be grateful. And it's hard to. Don't get me wrong. Being grateful is one of the hardest things because you have to look at the good parts and the bad parts of people and say, you know what? I'm grateful for all of it, not just the good. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for everything about the situation, good, bad, and ugly. Everything. That doesn't mean we have to accept people who they are. We just have to be grateful that they exist because there's always a potential for change in every person. You need to bring it out. That's why I don't discount. That's why I don't discount any human life on the planet. I don't care where you sit in your ideology. I don't care where you line up politically. You have a purpose. And wherever you are, I hope you carry that out, and I hope you truly mean it for the best of humanity. And I truly hope that you wish for the best of everyone, that they do the best in the future endeavors, whatever that may be. But that you humble yourself before you come to that conclusion. Because if you cannot do it, then it will be impossible to forgive and to not to forget, but to forgive and to learn and to be generous and to be humble and therefore to be grateful. So, yeah, that's just what I want to say. Thank you for everybody for watching. Um, Sorry that this wasn't the most chipper video I wanted to give, but in a sense, you could look at it as not happy, informative for sure, but merry. How about that? Merry. Look at it as a merry video. Merry and very sobering. Because not a lot of people like to think deep like this. Because the holidays, they like to push all the deep stuff to the side and focus on all the distractions and stuff. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have a great day and a great week. And soon it'll be New Year's. Hopefully I'll post right after then, and I'll see you guys for the New Year 2024. So let's go, man. I'm happy. Woo. Dude, 2024, man. I still feel like it's 2019. My head is 2019. And the most peak years of my peak years of my life, internet wise, 2008 to 2016 YouTube was peak. All right? If you disagree with me, okay. You can have a wrong opinion. That's fine. That's fine. And if you want to put in the comments which was your favorite year for YouTube, go for it. Let's get a debate in here. Right? And make it spicy because I'm gonna have popcorn. I'm gonna watch in real time. So I'll see you guys in 2024. Think about it, okay? Think about all that I said and spread that to everyone else. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys. Love you all, my goats. Signing off. Bye bye.